Alright, hey folks, I'm going to be jumping into another game for you all, and this game is going to be all the way in the bottom right corner of my screen, somehow. Anyways, this is going to be a viewer game, because as you know very well, I have offered to commentate viewer games. I'm still looking for people to send me more replays. Anyone who is a subscriber and wants me to commentate one of your games, just email a LOL replay. You can go to, I think, leaguereplays.com and download the replay client, and email that to eterancommentaries@gmail.com. The math is sort of fucked up here. I don't know what's wrong with that, but we're gonna real quick just do a full screen, which probably screws you up for a minute. And then we're going to go back to windowed, and this should be fine. Alright, cool. So, this is a 3v3, and you may know that I have not played 3v3s on stream ever. I play 3v3s very, very infrequently. And our hero this game is XBG ERADICATOR's Tryndamere, who is in, oh shit, lots and lots of trouble right now. He's getting exhausted. Alright, they're going to chase down the Remus. Looks like the enemy team is going to be able to pick up first blood there, but the Fearbox and the Ghost saves Shaco. We have, for the good guys, XBG ERADICATOR, which I assume stands for Extremely Bodacious Guy, on Tryndamere. We have Pyroglacius on Remus, and we have Negario on Shaco. The evil enemies are Kiyuizi on Singed, Kurai Sarusan, who picked up the first blood on Shinzao, and Tulavik on Garen. I don't know if these are... I briefly skimmed through this replay, but I wasn't... just to, check things out. Ooh, spiders. Making me think there's bugs on my screen. I briefly skimmed through this replay beforehand, but I don't know if this is an arranged team or a solo queue. I'm going to assume solo queue unless proven otherwise. Good luck, have fun, use a condom. Good advice. Just leaves in. Please quit. Alright, so yeah, it looks like a solo queue game. Shaco's setting up a bunch of boxes here. Looks like he's going to be trying to take the Lizard. I'm actually really surprised that this team didn't camp and take a Lizard, because 3v3s are really about who gets the Lizard first. Like, that gives you a huge advantage in the game. Alright, so we pick up Lizard for the good guys, in exchange for that first blood. We have a Doran Ring and a Doran Shield, and over here... Doran Shield, okay. Whereas the other team has Sapphire Crystal and a bunch of pots, which he afforded with his assist gold. Just a Doran Shield because he hasn't shopped yet, and Doran Shield, boots, and health pods. So Remus and Shaco are going to have to be real careful. We're going to be... Alright, we see some damage going down. Unfortunately, we can't check people's health. If XBG ERADICATOR... I believe is known on YouTube as Gears of War 2 Maniac, I think that's correct, wasn't looking at the screen at the time because the replay client isn't perfect. It also shows me as having 47,000 latency, so that's nice. So it looks like we're doing a bit of a lane switch here. We're going to have Tryndamere coming down here, and we're going to send Shaco up top to lane here against the Singed. In terms of team comp, I feel like our foes here have a better team for threes. A little more just sort of tanky DPS. They have a better mix of damage, so it looks like we're getting an AP Shaco, so who knows. They're also up by 1 kill and leading very strongly in CS right now, so things are looking a bit grim. One of the things that I don't personally like about the Twisted Tree Line is that it's very hard to come back on it. I mean, if you thought that it was difficult to come back when you're down on Summoner's Rift, my god, try playing some Twisted Tree Line, because I think like 80% of the games that I've seen or played in on Twisted Tree Line, whoever got the Lizard first won the game. But we'll see if this one's an exception, because our team got the lizard, but seems to be down a bit. The exhaust going down, but he should be safe. That ignite will not tick for the final damage. Got Shaco and Singe trading some damage up there. Rammus in a bit of a dangerous spot. His roll getting cancelled and flipped. Yeah, and okay, we got a new health check, and he's actually miraculously going to escape here, I think. Singed done fucked up there. When Rammus started rolling, he auto-attacked him, which doesn't break the Powerball, instead of just walking into him, which he could have done, because Rammus sort of, like, stops for a second after you cast Powerball. Like, he judders a bit. Singed had a bit of a second to step past him and just knock him out of Powerball, and that would have been an easy kill. But Rammus going and getting executed, so that works out just fine. We see Tryndamere just farming away. CS is getting a lot more even. Always nice for Tryndamere to farm. Not hitting every last hit. And maybe pushing a little more than he should. But that's okay. Incidentally, Xbox Guy here has a fantastic Demon Blade Tryndamere skin. I really do like that skin. I mean, it's a lot of money, but alright, and they're going to be able to easily kill the Singe there. Kill going to Rammus, which is not so good, as if they could have arranged to get that on the Tryndamere, but a kill is a kill is a kill. Meanwhile, they've lane swapped again, so we've got Garen versus Shaco top. Shaco just with Dorn Rings and Health Pots. We have a couple more items purchased on Jin Zhao. He's got his attack speed boots. Rammus says, "Hear me, okay?" He's very concerned that the other team can't hear him. This fight is probably in the good guy's favor because Tryndamere is 6. Jin Zhao is 4, despite getting first blood and having an item advantage, and that's because he went attack speed boots first. Getting tier 2 boots, especially in a duo lane, as your first item is not a good choice. Looks like they should be able to just kill the Xin here. Oh, Rammus getting killed though. Turns out that the poison does a lot of damage. Xin needs to back up. Yeah, they had an easy double kill with no deaths. If Xin hadn't just kept attacking, ulting Tryndamere. And this way, it looks like our hero has escaped. So, back to farming, I guess, more or less. He maybe could have saved the spin and baited Singed in for one more tower hit and then spun over him for the kill, but better safe than sorry, probably. And here we go, just more farming. We see Singed is leading in last hits, no big surprise there. Rammus is at 0, Rammus is at none, no big surprise there. Shaco's actually keeping up with Singed now, which is pretty good. And we've got Jin Zhao on the other team, pretty weak. Whereas Garen is getting fairly strong, as he should. Rammus getting caught out a bit. He's still not 6, unfortunately. I really like the effect on the spin on that Rammus skin. The Molten Rammus turning into like a fire worm. It's very Samus-esque. Game has turned into a sort of farm fest for now. Ah, good, a flip. Alright. Nope. Just gonna back out and take basically no damage because he can heal that off the just last hitting. Rammus now has 6. but so does Zin. They've got a Shaco gank coming in. Because Lizard's up, and the teams should probably be converging on Lizard for a fight here. Shaco blinking into that brush, and he's going to be setting up traps. So their hope is going to be to bait a fight in with the boxes, except that then the other team just goes on them and lets Shaco jump on him, and that's just an easy kill. They should not chase Singed here. Shaco's going to feed. That was a silly death. He's just chasing Singed too far. Actually, Singed, like, stopped there. No, okay. Even though he stopped, he was able to ghost after him and ult and just get out. Get him. And the other team should really get the Lizard here. They should really push up for the Lizard. They can probably put a bunch of damage on the turret, but I don't think they have enough... I don't think they're fast enough to actually drop it. So they should just have gotten Garen the Lizard and gotten a big advantage in this game. See a slow on Garen, but he can easily cancel out of it with spin. Alright, we've got a Fiendish Codex now on Shaco, so definitely AP Shaco. Those boxes will start to hurt a lot. I'd like to see more boxes just sort of as wards in random places. He's now boxing up the dragon. No, looks like... Okay, the other team did get the Lizard. Who got that, actually? I don't see anyone with it. Okay, Singed took Lizard. Seems to me that both Garen and Zin would be better to have the Lizard on, but that's okay. Singed actually getting pretty perilously close to his rod. So as you can see, he's able to push on creep waves pretty fast. We've got dodge boots and chain deaths on Rammus, which means that he'll be strong against Zin and Garen and very weak against Singed. Oh, and Shaco, we've just got Codex boots and a Doran ring, which is actually not bad. And on Tryndamere, we have a Zeal and a Vamp Scepter. And those boxes pay in huge dividends when Garen walks into them. But now we're chasing Singed, which we should probably just give up on. Because he's going to give up at least one kill and doubtless two, yeah, because Rammus went in. So we see 2 kills going down there. Should just not chase Singed. Trying to bait with his ult. Oh, good. Well played. Good bait. And then backing out correctly and then walking back in. That's scary. Oh, man. I feel like Singed is just going to walk up, flip, and kill you. Yeah. Alright. Well, I called that one correctly. Once again, just chasing Singed too far. On the other hand, we have 1100 gold in the bank, so we can pick up our attack speed boots and more attack speed items. I'm not actually sure what this is going to go into. Maybe another Zeal? Here is where I would start saving up for an Eye Edge, but we could get like a Ghost Blade maybe, but that doesn't take attack speed. A Black Cleaver, not bad on Tryndamere. Oh, we'll see. Oh wow, I missed a kill. My apologies, guys. I assume what happened is Shaco just boxed the shit out of Garen there, just trapped off the brush. AP Shaco has this really funny playstyle where you sort of just spend a lot of time sitting in brushes going, I really, really hope they walk in here. I really hope they walk in here, man. It would be so awesome if they just stepped in here. That would be amazing. Okay, more boxes. Because then they'll be really dead if they walk in here. It's just really funny to me how the sort of mentality that leads to, just sitting in one brush and just knowing that they're dead meat if they go in that brush. Of course, the corollary to that is that you can sort of bait them into the correct brushes, assuming that the other team is dumb. So we have Dragon on 2 members of the other team. Oh, I guess what happened is Garen was taking Dragon and Shaco jumped on him. Unfortunately, I can't go back in the replay client because it is like original StarCraft style where it runs in the replay itself. Oh, Remus hitting those creeps. That sucks. And an exhaust goes down. But Shaco's here. And we're going to chase through Singed, poison some more. Oh, I don't like this. Singed may actually die here. Yeah, alright. Singed dies. But then, ooh. Just got too low and then died to the AoE of the spin and the Xin Zhao attack. This team chasing Singed a lot. Garen has Swiftness Boots and a Phage, so I guess he's planning to go Frozen Mallet. That's interesting. Different items are going to be good on 3s, just because it's a different style of play, so a lot of the things that I take for granted are not necessarily going to be true. Ramus has finished up a Thornmail here. As a first item, I never like Thornmail. I feel like you should go Sunfire if you want armor. Thornmail's much better in 3s than it is in 5s, for sure, because most heroes are just right-click you champions, like tanky DPSs, and Thornmail obviously does really well against them. But they're not going to want to hit Ramus anyways, so he should go something like a Sunfire to, you know, put out more damage. Or like a Force of Nature, I guess, to defend against his proclivity to, his... That's not the word I want propensity. His propensity to chase Singed through his poison trail. Shaco with actually a really cute lizard steal there. He walked up and just daggered it. And we get a slow, nice. So the slow hits Singed, which prevents the flip, and then we can blink out. That was actually really well played. And here we are chasing Singed. This is actually not as bad a chase. I feel like they're going to have to give up anyways, though. But they do. Shaco getting quite low, and Ramus dying because they were chasing Singed. What should have happened is they should have zoned Singed up here so that he committed to this really long path, and then turned around and been able to save the Ramus. But remember, when Singed has low health, that just means he's more dangerous, because you'll chase him and get baited. It's actually my favorite time on Singed is when I have like 600 health and people think, oh man, that guy looks so low, I'm gonna kill him. And then you can just turn on your ult and run away, and they'll die chasing you. Don't run away too fast, because you want to keep hope alive. We're still not seeing what item the stagger is going to get turned into, but Shaco's got himself a lucky pick now and cooldown boots for even more boxes, so that he can make sure to really hope they walk into the brush he's chosen to box. Just jungling away. Looks like we're planning a push on the top turret. I'm not sure about this. I feel like they probably want to split and just farm lanes and go for a late game. Because if they're not careful, Singed is going to take bot turret, while Xin Zhao and Garen can easily defend against the three of them top. And Singed, of course, can push bottom lane very safely. So we're pulling Dragon over here, and we're boxing this brush in case they decide to chase that far. The other team knows, though, and they get an exhaust out to start this fight. Should be able to drop Xin Zhao very fast, yeah. And here we have Garen is also going to go down quite quickly, and we pick up the Dragon with a spin on the way out, really good. And we should just sacrifice Ramus and run. Oh, wow, actually, okay. I was not expecting that. Ramus dies to poison. I was actually thinking that it would have been correct to run away, but that was a good trade, so well played. I'm spending a lot of this time because I don't know what XBG stands for, trying to think of like funny things that I can acronym it into. Okay, we pick up a black cleaver. Well, it's actually harder than you'd think. Mostly because the only thing that I keep thinking of is excellent at boning girls, but I don't want to say that too often on stream, because then people will think I have a terrible sense of humor, which is true. We've got Ramus bottom. Okay, so he's gonna grab a Sunfire next, it looks like. Black Cleaver letting us chop up those creeps pretty fast. It doesn't contribute to our crit chance, but the Zeal helps there, and as well as our native crit. And knocks him, drops armor, which is pretty good, and the attack speed obviously helps a lot. Meanwhile, bottom turret's getting dived, and we're attacking Singed some more. Oh man, should really have switched to the Garen much sooner than that. Okay, so we are able to pick off the Garen there. Can probably... not quite. Gotta be real careful here. Oh no, Shaco stepped in the poison. Gotta get health back. Okay. Good rage. Good reflexes on the rage. And Shinzao flashes out, so we can't pick up the kill. Oh, but he flashes out into a box! Oh man! Oh man! We hoped that he walked in that brush, and he did. More attack speed items. This one, I'm guessing, is going to be another Zeal. And yeah, so red's up, so we definitely want to make a push for that. In terms of game state, we are down in CS because Sinch has 30 more than Tryndamere, and the other two are quite even. And down one turret. We've lost a dragon. We've traded dragons, actually, so we're even on dragons, and we're going to be up one lizard after this. Actually, up two lizards after this lizard kill, because Shaco stole that one. So, all in all, game is quite even still. As well, of course, we have a Tryndamere, and so, whoops, not quite up against the wall there for that spin. And so, obviously, late game Tryndamere is very strong, and we're able to scale quite effectively. Throwing the slow, but not hitting the slow, because he was facing, so just damage reduction. Now we're caught sort of between Tryndamere and Shinzao, or between Singed and Shinzao. So, just going to go back to farming this wave, which is safe and correct. Doing a quick item check, we see that Garen has finished his mallet. Shinzao also has a black cleaver and is going eye edge next. Really don't like these items on Shinzao, because he, as you can see in fights, can just get crushed by Shaco nukes plus Ramus AoE. He has no survivability. And Sinch getting a pretty standard raw Rylai's. I feel like Singed should have dodge boots. I actually feel like this whole team should have dodge boots, because late game, all the damage is going to come from Tryndamere. Because Ramus obviously won't keep doing damage, and Shaco is going to stop doing damage as well. We got to be careful there. Yep. So we pick up a double kill during that fight, which I didn't commentate, but did have my camera on. But unfortunately, Ramus is going to die to the Singed as well, because Singed can just do that, and no one has any magic resist. Oh, okay, we were finishing off the Phantom Dancer. Obviously, that's what the other dagger was for. Yeah, so I really think that everyone on this team should have dodge boots, because late game all the damage is going to be from Tryndamere, and dodge is the most effective late game defensive stat, like it scales the best, obviously. Ramus won't do anything late, And Shaco will do some damage with his AP Shaco build, but not that much. Like, he has his one nuke, and then his clone can explode, kind of. But if you don't just walk into 30 boxes, which you can avoid doing by carrying, you know, pink wards and oracles, or just right-clicking backwards when you walk into a box. The thing about boxes is that the damage radius and the fear radius are not the same. So if you get feared by a box, you can just step out and take like one hit from it. Just sort of walk up to where you think a box is, and then right-click as you're going, and you'll take a step backwards and then get feared, but you'll be outside of the attack radius. So the box will... If you know how to approach boxes, you should never take any damage from them. Shaco was going to be trying to make this into a brush of death as well, but unfortunately got caught there. We see the box slowing down the Garen. Shinzao catching him, but he's able to blink. This is actually quite a chase. And Shaco actually is going to be safe. No, he turns. Oh, good slow. Good slow saving Shaco. That dagger almost got him killed, like he really should have just walked. Almost got him flipped. But XBG Eradicator is able to just turn around and get the slow. Really nice. Well played. Throwing daggers at the Singed, really want to see those thrown at the Shinzao, because you shouldn't be focusing Singed anyways, and Shinzao is more effective to harass as well. I just paused the replay because I'm not sure how the keys work. I guess I hit a number key by accident. See, very standard skill build, maxing Bloodlust first, Mocking Shout second, Spinning Slash last, but getting 1 point in Spinning Slash. Spinning Slash, only the damage increases, so like the cooldown doesn't decrease, so there's actually no reason to increase its level. Singed is not there in this fight somehow, so they're going to be able to pick off that Garen. And Shaco ghosting, blinking into the wall, unfortunately, so he's not going to be able to get that kill, although that probably works out really well for them, because it would have been really bad, actually, had Shaco dove that turret. It would have certainly gotten him killed. Ramus now finished his Sunfire, Shaco with Lichbane and DFG. DFG a good pick here. Oh, I missed another kill. That's my second of the game, I think. That's too bad. I actually am just so unused to commentating other people's games, like where I have to do camera work that isn't just, I would like my camera to look here. Which is funny because in most games that's the standard style of commentary. Like StarCraft commentators don't commentate live while they play. But because League of Legends, because Riot sucks basically and hasn't implemented a replay system, which by the way I'm curious about, just as a side note, it's ridiculous that in a game that they would like to foster a competitive scene for, they don't have a working replay system. It's such critical functionality, and anyways, it's not even difficult to program, as you can see, because the community has programmed a pretty functional one on their own. I think that's frankly pathetic. And it's very frustrating because I'd like to be able to commentate on pros games and stuff with, you know, my camera movements rather than theirs. But because League of Legends doesn't have such a thing, all the commentaries that you get are just people talking while they play, which is nice. But it's not the same thing. Like, you can't have a League of Legends Day 9 because there just isn't the opportunity there without a replay system. Okay, and Singed getting crushed by those boxes because he has no magic resist. Awesome. So Singed getting dominated by boxes, plus DFG and Lichbane. But Shaco unfortunately blinking in instead of out. However, with the rage going off, I think we can take this Garen on. No. Yeah, no, good decision to back out there. But still, going 2 for 1 in a 2v3 means that we're starting to pull this game way ahead. Rammus's damage is not high enough to take off this Garen. Well, maybe. Maybe. He's rolling for it. Garen's got 300 health. Rammus, oh, he hits him with the slow. Nice. Okay, well played. Rammus pushing in. He's going to want to come over here and then just walk out this way. Yeah, alright. So he walks. He does the correct thing. Takes a step here and then starts rolling so that he doesn't cancel his roll against the creeps. And he still had 8 seconds to get out. He might actually have been able to put some hurt on this tower. Meanwhile, Tryndamere has stole a dragon and picked up a BF sword, so that's going to be probably a Bloodthirster, judging by these items, or maybe an Eye Edge. Eye Edge is obviously the more damaging choice. Probably I would have gone Last Whisper here, because the other team is going to be starting to build armor. As you can see, they all have Thorn Mails. Thorn Mail's okay, guys, but it's no substitute for Dodge Boots. Get the Dodge Boots. We see Singed there, and our spin sort of fucks up. I mean, spin's like that far, which forces the Ghost to get out. It's too bad. Shaco coming over here to box up some brush. So we've got one box there, but he's having to back out. Void Staff seems to be next for him. And we're getting a Fawn on the Rammus, so that's good. Oh, okay. We're blinking onto this inn, but he's going to be able to just flash over the wall. When Rammus saw Din running down, he should have turned, because Shaco could have just killed him, and Rammus could have spun down to about here by the time Din flashed, and then they'd have picked up that kill. But they're able to get it because Tryndamere's there in time with the slow. Easy kill. Tryndamere is still about 30 CS behind Singed, but 8 and 2. And of course, at this point in the game, a Tryndamere who did go Eye Edge is just incredibly farmed, like more valuable than a Singed, especially in 3s. So we're just going to tank this turret and take it out. That seems pretty reasonable while Shinzao's dead. Losing a lot of farm over here. But Lizard's up, so we can get that as well. Going up quite high on neutrals. That time we were up against the wall actually when we spun, so excellent. Oh, and those boxes doing work. So the boxes almost killed the Singed, but Singed is gone. And Shaco walking through the wall there. Did you guys see that too? Shaco just like moonwalked right through that wall. Huh. Alright. Well, no one claims that this wasn't a buggy map. So we should really get a GA or a Last Whisper here. I would be inclined to grab a GA. And it looks like that's what we're doing. Rammus still not quite finished his Fawn. Shaco doesn't have a Void Staff yet. Shinzao went Thorn Mail instead of Eye Edge, or before Eye Edge, so he's still got really bad items on the Shinzao. Bad item choices and also weak farm. We're seeing a needlessly large rod on Singed, as well as an MR cloak. Singed getting boxed to death. Wow, alright. Those boxes crushing there. After they saw Shaco boxing this brush the first time, why did they walk into it the second time? Triple kill from Shaco, so very well played. Playing it super close to the bone, too, at 90 health. And that's game. Just a really good box trap there. Or a really bad avoidance of the box trap there from the other team. And they pick up the game. Calling GG. And that's it. Rammus throwing back. Work on him. And we get to see the game. So, that was Tryndamere, Demon Blade Tryndamere from XBG ERADICATOR. Awesome dude, awesome play. That was a really good game. Like, I was not sure who was going to win. It was one of the most intense comebacks I've ever seen in 3v3s. For those of you used to 5s, you may have seen teams come back from much worse situations than that, but in 3s, they were really far down. Just really far down. And they were able to pick that up and come back with the farm Tryndamere. Bad item choices from the other team contributed a lot to that, but also a couple like really key plays, good boxes from Shaco, good kiting around in circles for an hour, and especially that when Singe was chasing Shaco along the wall, and Tryndamere was able to get that slow off. That was a really sick play, just really well timed. Also, very fast fingers on the rage down at bottom turret when he got dove. Picked up that kill as well. So just really good play. Anyways, so many thanks to XBG ERADICATOR for submitting the replay. If you would like your game commentated, submit your replay to me. Send me the file with a brief description of it to Etarran Commentaries, that's ETARRAN Commentaries @gmail.com. And I will do my best to commentate your game. This is the only one that I've gotten so far, although it's pretty recently that I posted the announcement. This will probably have gone up after one more non-viewer game. But this one, and if I get more, then the next one also will be viewer games. So yeah, many thanks to him, and many thanks to you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe. I really appreciate all of those things. And yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching, and well played, XBG ERADICATOR.